wrestling fans? Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. WWE Cruiserweight Classic. Finals this past Wednesday. This is a best of Robert's 10 best of the Cruiserweight Classic. The 10 best matches that we've seen during this 10 weeks, 31 matches, 32 superstars. Just phenomenal tournament that I hope WWE decides to put on year after year after year. Because there was so much talent here, so much raw talent, that to me it was must-watch TV. I only watch the WWE Network when I do the treadmill in the mornings. Every Thursday morning, I had to watch the Cruiserweight tournament because I didn't know what I was going to see next. So let's get to the 10 best matches. Number 10 was a quarterfinal match. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Noam Dar, a 3 3/4 star match. That is the only non-4-star match on this list. Number 9 was a second round matchup. Grand Malik versus Tajiri, 4-star matchup. Number 8 was a first round matchup. Kota Ibushi versus Sean Maluta, 4-star matchup. Number 7, quarterfinal matchup. Grand Metalik versus Akira Tozawa, 4 1/4 star. This match made me look at Grand Metalik and Akira Tozawa completely different. I had no clue who either one of these guys were when this tournament started. This quarterfinal match, I'm watching it going, whoa, huh? And I was a Cruiserweight fan back in the day in WCW. I began with WCW as a fan. Cruiserweight, Lucha Libre style was my favorite matches. My favorite match of all time, one of them, Chris Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero on a WCW Saturday night. One of my other favorite top matches, Zach Evans versus Aerostar Lucha Underground Season 1. So, the little guy, the cruiserweight, the high flying, the flippy, those are the things that I really, really like. So watching this tournament to me was more of a throwback to the cruiserweight division. You know, the Chris Benoits, the Dean Malenkos, the Eddie Guerreros, the Dean Malenko, Psychosis, Jericho. Those kind of guys that, you know, Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holds. Chris Jericho, the man of 1,004 holds. Zack Sabre Jr., the man of 1,004 counters. Jack Gallagher, the man of 1,000 holds and / counters. I mean, it's just a throwback. It's a new version of the old thing from WCW. But Grand Malik became one of my favorites. Akira Tozawa, both these guys will be on Raw. One of my favorite matches. Number 6, semifinal match. Grand Malik versus Zack Sabre Jr., a 4 1/4 star match. Heard the name Zack Sabre Jr., never seen him until this tournament. Wow, just his ability to counter and get out of holds, and it's just like, wow. Mat-based wrestling like that has never been something that I really, really enjoy. I watch it, but it's like, He made it enjoyable. Him and Jack Gallagher both made it enjoyable because you didn't know how they were getting out of it until they got out of it. They went, whoa, how do you do that? Number 5, the finals, the main event, the one for the Cruiserweight Championship, which when the tournament began, they didn't say it was going to be for the Cruiserweight title, it was for the trophy. Triple H came out and announced this is for the WWE Cruiserweight Champion. Grand Metalik versus TJ Perkins. It's a 4 1/4 star match. Both of these guys that night put on 4.5 for one and 4 1/4 for the other. The semifinals were done the same night as the finals. So who within a 2-hour period can go out there live on TV and put on at least a 4 1/4 to 4.5 star match? Twice. These two guys did. Number 4 on my list, second round matchup. Kota Ibushi versus Cedric Alexander, 4.5 star. This match had everything you could possibly have in it. You did not know who was going to win until the end. When the entire CWC crowd at Full Sail Arena was chanting, "Sign Cedric, sign Cedric," Triple H makes an appearance. Mind you, this is a second round matchup. Walks out through the curtain, points at the crowd, raises Cedric Alexander arm up and gives a thumbs up. Like, yeah, we know. We're going to take care of this. Number 3 on the list, first round matchup. These two guys are tag team, mind you. DIY. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. 4.5-star match, and they're best friends in their tag team. They went out and tried to annihilate each other. That's how important this tournament was to these guys. What it done for them, they're both on the WWE roster for the Cruiserweight tournament and as a tag team. They also, I believe, have a tag team shot versus the Revival at the next TakeOver. So, just phenomenal. Number 2 is a quarterfinal matchup, Kota Ibushi versus Brian Kendrick, 4.5-star. Brian Kendrick ended up getting signed, but still, the emotion that he put in this match versus Ibushi, the emotion that Daniel Bryan had, who trained him and Shawn trained Brian Kendrick. Shawn and Will and Regal trained Daniel Bryan. The emotion that Daniel Bryan had on the microphone for Brian Kendrick, and at the end, just the raw emotion when Daniel Bryan dropped the microphone and went to the ring and embraced Brian Kendrick, gave him a hug, and they both were crying. He got signed to Raw for the cruiserweight division. Phenomenal matchup. Very, very great. Number 1, my favorite match of the 2016 WWE Cruiserweight Classic semifinal match. The winner, T.J. Perkins versus Kota Ibushi, 4.5-star. This match really made me believe in T.J. Perkins as a WWE performer. Yes, I've seen him in TNA. Yes, I've seen him in Ring of Honor. But just to see what he could do versus the best in the world, Kota Ibushi from New Japan, you realize, holy shit, this guy's got it. 18 years wrestling. He's 32 years old. He started wrestling at the age of 14. He's passionate about it. It was amazing. This is an amazing moment to see this guy, to me, the favorites in this was Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi, 2 of the biggest stars, and they both got kicked in the semifinals. So you got a finals of T.J. Perkins and Grand Metalik, which was 5th on my list. That was the 5th best match of the tournament, and it was 4.25 star, 4.5 star. So, if you get the network and you haven't watched Cruiserweight Classic, binge watch it. Take a Saturday and watch them all. It's worth watching. If you haven't seen it, try to look it up online or get the network. It's worth it. But anyway, that will wrap up my Roberts 10 best of the Cruiserweight Classic. Hopefully they do a second Cruiserweight Classic in 2017. We have just as good, if not better, matches. As always, thanks for watching the Roberts Sports Show. Don't just have a great night. Have an American